Okay, the first step, this is chapter one. I'm going to make different chapters. The chapter one here, we're going to discuss how to make the actual bomb zones and do the trigger areas and set the values for those. Then we're going to get into the models in a different chapter. But for this chapter, we're going to cover creating an actual origin area so that your compass will reflect where the bomb zone is and which bomb zone type. There's going to be an A and a B. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to select our origin brush. We're just going to draw a small brush on the ground. Don't make it too large, but yet don't make it too small. Mine's going to be like 64, probably by 48. Or you can make it 32 by 32. It's dependent upon how big your area is going to be. But you also need to note that this origin brush needs to be smaller than our trigger area, which is going to come in, I think it's going to be chapter 2. I haven't decided yet. So let's go ahead and right click on our origin, and we're going to make it a trigger multiple. And inside here, we're going to give it a couple values. The first value we're going to give it is going to be called the script game object name, and the value is going to be bomb zone. There's different types of game object names, but for the search and destroy, this is going to use the bomb zone value. Now this bomb zone value is pretty much going to be used through almost every object we're going to create. So get used to typing this one in, because this one is really going to get to you. The next value we're going to type is script noteworthy, and the value is going to be 1. There's going to be 2 bombs, and the next bomb is going to be script noteworthy 2. So we're going to have to start distinguishing between 1 and 2 and A and B. For now, I'm just going to associate anything I give a value of 1 is going to be my bomb zone A. Okay, the next key value we're going to give here is the target name. This is the name of the target. We're naming this target bomb zone A. Think of it as shooting something. Well, what's the name of the target I'm going to shoot at? So this is going to be the bomb zone A target. There's also a different one, it's called a target. The target is what you're actually going to be reaching out and extending and touching. Okay, so now we got those values set. We can go ahead now and copy this and place it on the other side of the map. Now you got to be careful, because sometimes you'll get confused. So for now, try not to venture anywhere past your intermission or some reference point on the map, because you pretty much want to focus on just this one area. Since this is a pretty blah map, it's hard for me to distinguish between left, right, up, and down. I'm getting you kind of dizzy, aren't I? Yeah, there you go. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to create a trigger area. Just go ahead and grab your trigger texture. Just going to drag it. This might be awfully big, but we can always resize it later. I'm not too retentive about that. Now notice I'm making it so that my origin is inside. Now while we got it highlighted, let's go ahead and give it this some values. We're going to make it a trigger multiple. Pull up our entity. We're going to give it target name of a bomb zone A. Your trigger and your origin are going to have identical values. So we just go ahead and repeat exactly what we just did before. Here's our favorite script game object name, bomb zone. We're going to put that in there. And I don't think there's going to be anything else we have to give it. We gave it our script, we gave it our script noteworthy, and our target name of bomb zone A. We can go ahead and copy this one and place this over here. Don't place it on top of the origin, because we have to change some values in the origin yet. Okay, I'm going to shift over to the bomb zone B area. I'm going to go ahead and change these values for my origin. Remember we said we're going to have 1 and 2. Well, I'm going to make this one script noteworthy 2. You can go ahead and just select the value in the center screen and change it down below and press your return key. And this one's going to be B. Okay. And the same for the trigger. B and 2. Or 2 and B. Let's go ahead and just slide this over. And now the next step is we're going to think about what we want to blow up and what we want to have replace the item that we had destroyed. Now you don't have to replace it with anything you destroyed. You can create brush models and you can create blown away walls, and when the exploder goes, nothing's left but the blown away wall. For this tutorial, we're just going to use the basic tanks, 1 and 2 tanks, make it simple and clean. Okay, so let's begin chapter 2.